When you get that new game, you pop it in and you build your team from those bronze, silver, gold tier players and are able to, when you finally get that, the amethyst, it's like gold at that point. So it's just really progressing, building my collection, really just creating the dream lineup, getting my favorite player.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at the Hornets, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, the Knicks, just a couple spots back.
And checking out Charlotte, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
It's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
So the New York starting five, they've got Taj Gibson. Barrett is out there with Payton. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Randall in at the 4 spot. And for Charlotte, Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the 2 guard. Payton surveying the floor. Harkless kicks to Barrett. Both these teams' doors relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the ball camp, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
Randall passes to Gibson. Count the basket.
Boy, Taj Gibson unafraid in the face of contact. How tough is this guy?
The Hornets off to a slow start. 6-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Here's Biyombo. And again, the Hornets missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Randall. The Hornets pull it in.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Here's Washington, and he dunks it down.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Payton kicks to Harkless. Payton against Rozier. Inside. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. Both teams will make substitutions. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Clock is at 3. Robinson finds Randall. Second shot opportunity. Robinson misses. Hornets trail by 4. Bridges, no one around him. Hits it from 3-point range.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
To the inside. Here's Randall. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
Guys, when you consider the New York Knicks roster, there is some talent amongst their young players. More than a handful of their guys in their first 3 years in the league. Kevin Knox, Mr. Robinson, and Mr. Dotson all could be factors for them in the future.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Miles Bridges. Here is Robinson following the bucket by the Hornets. Pass to Bullock. A minute 42 left in the first quarter. Goes back up. Robinson passes to Randall. And the Knicks miss again.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's the three. Hornets now working with the new shot clock. Randall brings the double team. Bacon the pass to Batum. Three-pointer. Bacon's shot is off. Doris with the youth. The Knicks added Dennis Smith to that bunch as well.
No doubt, Kevin. This was a player they had their eyes on. So when you couple Dennis Smith Jr. with some of the young assets they've collected over the
Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
This guy's such a fluid, powerful athlete. No doubt, Mr. Rozier.
Ntilikina looking it over. Shoots. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
So for the Knicks, Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall, and Ellington is subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Knox misses to the wing right side. That shot off the mark, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. It's a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
It seems odd to say, given that they won that pretty easily, but really they did not look especially strong in that game.
Yeah, you know, I didn't sense any urgency on their part. They did just enough to win, but I don't think they can come away feeling great about the way they did it.
Here's Portis. Can't connect from short range. Here's Washington, and he drains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time, and it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And now that we've gotten a chance to see it in slow-mo, I think the ruling has to be that he did not beat the buzzer with that shot.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hornets ahead, up by 4. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke.
Defense is 80% of will, and
a young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. The Knicks also changing it up. Harkless is checked in for Robinson. Barrett comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Payton in for Ntilikina. Biyombo, the pass to Batum. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the call. New York with the foul.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense, always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Ellington, the pass to Portis. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Bridges kicks to Graham. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Biyombo. Zeller Great positioning on the putback. Zeller's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
The shot by Harkless, no good. The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Bridges passes to Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pass to Harkless. It's over Biombo, and he can't bank that one in. Hornets leading by 8. Batum attacking, and Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For New York, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Both teams deciding to change it up. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a three-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer, and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength, is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend that?
Impossible.
Indeed. Bacon, he's checked in for Charlotte. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Knox is checked in.
Well, Kevin Knox can score at all 3 levels, showing you the mid-range game right there.
The pass to Rozier. 1:14 left here in the second. Washington passes to Rozier. And Zeller kicks to Bridges. Rozier for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Rozier's got 8 points.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Bridges. Now the dish to Zeller. Goes to the reverse layup and puts it in. 8 points for him.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Randall. It's stolen. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and gameplay. Bacon the pass to Bridges. Count that one. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Bullock. Not a lot of room. Bridges with the steal. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Here's Bullock. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Knocks the pass to Randall. Feeds to Gibson. And stolen by Zeller. 1 second left. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive. Just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Hornets.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After 1 half of play, the first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and that should do it with the second.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Wow, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Randall out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Peyton. And it's Barrett at the 2. Rozier against Peyton. Passes to Bridges. And Harkless pulls it down. Knicks trail by 17. There's the lob to the hoop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. To the paint, here's Washington, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Peyton against Rozier. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Peyton. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Shot from the wing. Ntilikina can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. At that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Graham with the bucket.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
Harkless kicks to Portis. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Harkless. Shoots over Bridges. The shot by Harkless, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Graham, the pass to Biyombo. Pass to Graham from outside the arc. They get the rebound. Charlotte moving the ball around. 1:58 left to play in the third. Barrett kicks to Harkless. Drops in the layup for 2.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Rozier the pass to Graham. And it's off from 3-point range.
Boy, he cannot get anything to fall, but the teammates, boy, have they delivered.
Here's Harkless. The shot, no good. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Graham dishes to Bridges. Rozier looking around, and there's the pass to Washington. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Washington's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now, here's Barrett. D right on him. Nice shot by Portis.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Stolen by Robinson. And stolen by Biyombo. Here's Washington. No good from outside. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Portis in the post. Defended by Bridges.
Well, Biyombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
Basket good. Washington's got 12 in the game.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
Robinson. New York, no good that time either.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Washington's got 12 points here in the second half. And so it's Charlotte holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They have made it very tough. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got McDaniels. Monk is out there with Martin. Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's Martin in at the small forward. So that's the Hornets 5. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Now, here's Ellington, covered by Martin. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Gibson lays it up off the glass.
Well, Taj Gibson is so strong on the backboards. His ability to pursue the offensive glass is truly a thing to watch.
Monk with the ball. Dishes it to McDaniels. Pass to Martin. Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have two goals. Instead of one championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Monk's shot's good.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Now, here's Ellington, covered by Martin. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Well, Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league, for so many years. When he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Passes it to McDaniels. Outside Martin. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And he just elevates and powers in the one hand.
Textbook. Here's Ellington, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
It's Martin on the wing. 1:52 left to play here in the fourth. Off target from three-point range. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Dotson the pass to Ellington. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. Shot clock at 6. Rozier for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. And so it's New York with it. Picked him clean. And here we go. Throws it up high.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
A shot by Ellington, no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And the dunk by Zeller.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Pass to Bacon. Back to Batum. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really...
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Players throughout the different eras, and putting them in a mode and progressing my way through and just building. It's just my kind of mode. It's so fun. I'm looking forward to getting started on it.
All right, thanks, Blake. We look forward to catching up with you in 2K21. We'll see you soon.
Thanks. Look forward to it.
New York City.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone, to Noche FD. Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood, and it's Rose in at the point guard position. And for New York, we've got Randall. Barrett is out there with Peyton, and it's Taj Gibson. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. Now here's Peyton. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Barrett. He's tightly guarded.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Right side, Gibson. Randall. It's hauled in by Wood. Rose with the ball. Picked up by Barrett. In the corner, Snell with it. Back to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. 4-point game. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Here's Snell following the basket by Elfrid Payton. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rose against Payton. Now here's Harkless. He's guarded closely. Hits the close-range jumper.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
Outside Rose. There's the pass to Snell. Here's Wood. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Did you see the game plan is working already? 4 straight makes to start this one.
Payton against Rose. Payton passes to Gibson. Payton the bounce pass. Gibson dishes to Payton. 9 feet out. With the putback. It's good on the putback.
That's the kind of energy Gibson gives you, destroying opponents on the glass. Tough to box this guy out.
Payton against Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Payton outside. Pass to Gibson. In the corner, Barrett with it. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Rose with the ball. Now Payton defending. Rose scanning the floor. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Randall right side. And Griffin sends it back. And he recovers it. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
So New York going with almost an entire new group. Bobby Portis has checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Harkless. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Here's Ntilikina. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
On the court for the Pistons, we've got Brown, Maker out there with Doumbouya, and it's Galloway in at the 1. Now, here's Bullock. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. Portis kicks to Bullock. Out left to the wing. Elbow shot. Ntilikina can't hit.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there. One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Following the bucket by the Pistons. Robinson misses. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Here's Ntilikina, following the bucket by the Pistons. Kicks it to Robinson. New York moving the ball around. Here's Portis. They get it again. Robinson passes to Ntilikina. Portis, that's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Bobby Portis plays hard, gives 100%, puts himself in a position to succeed.
To the middle, here's Doumbouya, and the jam by Doumbouya.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now, here's Bullock. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Robinson misses. Pistons leading by 13. Brown the pass to Doumbouya. He kicks to Maker over Robinson. That one's not going to go. Now the Knicks take it the other way. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. Bullock dishes to Robinson. It's stolen by Maker. And now the Pistons fast break. And the jam by Doumbouya.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
This is the shot you want to get him. An open look from range.
Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Randall's checked in for Bobby Portis. Barrett comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Dennis Smith in for Ntilikina. Dan Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pistons lead by 16.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Now, flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And so it's New York with it after the basket by Detroit. Here's Robinson. Yep, that one goes. Robinson's got 7.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Kennard kicks to McRae. You've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot from the inbound. Knicks with the rebound. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. It's picked off. Pass to Randall from 13. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible. And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out on the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are in control of this game, up by 8.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on the offensive glass. Rudy Gobert. Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And then I look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name, and he's fantastic at that as well.
Julius Randle is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then there's Elfrid Payton. And it's Barrett at the 2 spot. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Snell, the pass to Wood. Rose kicks to Kennard. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Kennard's got 6 points.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
They get a hand on it. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Rose with the ball.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Barrett. Banked in off the glass. Barrett's got his second bucket of the night.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Rose, that's good. He's got 12.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Now, here's Barrett. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Kennard kicks to Rose. Here's Wood. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Now here's Payton. Randall outside. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Offline from the high post. Griffin finds Rose. Chalk up 2 there. Rose has got 8 here in the quarter.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Gibson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. Now here's Rose. 14 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Portis. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey has found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David.
I'll tell you, Portis likes this role. He likes facilitating. It keeps him in the middle of the action.
Hinson in the post. Robinson on him. Now, here's Doumbouya. Defended by Portis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Doumbouya. Thon Maker's checked in for Detroit. Brown comes in for Rose. The Knicks have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. On the wing, Ellington. He's got 5, and he's good on the 3-ball. Ellington's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And it's Doumbouya in the corner. Now here's Henson. Defense is right there. Pass to McRae. Clock at 4. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Fires from 14, and Maker with the basket on the assist by Brown. Maker's got his 2nd bucket.
Standing 7 feet, Maker can get a solid look from mid-range anytime he wants.
What a performance for Derrick Rose. He has been the story for the Detroit Pistons. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on his heels.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Detroit looking at who they've got. John Henson out there with Maker. Then there's Brown. Then there's McRae. And it's Galloway in at the point guard. New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. For 3, Ellington. Rebounded by Maker. Detroit's gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Brown the pass to Maker. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's foul number 2 for him. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up and up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
That one goes in.
And no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
Galloway dishes to Brown. Back to Galloway. He feeds it to Henson. And slam dunk by Henson.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Here's Dotson. He dishes it to Gibson. Tries from 16, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Now the pass to Galloway. Passes it to Brown. To the left wing. The tray. Up again. And it's Brown on the follow.
Challenging the defense at the rim. Something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
For 3, Ellington. Can't hit that one. The Pistons go the other way with it.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
McRae kicks to Galloway. And that one is stuffed right through.
Not a lot of flash to his game, but Galloway can surprise you with his first step.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Misread each other on the pass, tried to recover, but too late.
Harkless is checked in for New York. And then for Detroit, Mikhailuk is checked in, and Knight subbed in for Brown. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Down low, here's Henson, and slam dunk by Henson.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Now, here's Maker, defended by Harkless. Maker passes to Henson. Here's Galloway, covered by Smith. Galloway with the bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Rose.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Nice shot by Portis. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Outside Knight. Back to Galloway. To the inside, Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Damian Dotson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Robinson's checked in for New York. Here's Knight. He shoots again. Pass to Galloway. No good on the triple. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Portis. Overnight. Here's Robinson. Here's Dotson. New York moving the ball around. Smith the pass to Robinson. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Doumbouya. Got it.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
play for this week from our own LD2K. It was just too good to pass up. Enjoy.
Come on, man. We had to really show this.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. As you take a look at Charlotte, they're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And checking out Detroit, a couple spots below.
And when I look at Charlotte, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. And it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. And for the Pistons, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. Bridges misses. Griffin with it. Biyombo on him. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3.
You look back at the Blake Griffin trade, many thought the Pistons gave up too much, but it's worked out for them.
Losing the picks for Griffin, Jerry, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
Stolen. Oh, Griffin in position. An emphatic LU jam.
And the chemistry Griffin has with his teammates, he's so good at realizing when to jump for the alley-oop.
Rozier against Rose. Knocks it loose. And now the Pistons fast break. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim. They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Fires the three. Kennard's shot is off. Charlotte has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Graham with the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Basket counts. Griffin's got 6 points.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Here's Graham. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he can just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And some changes here for the Hornets. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo, and Bacon subbed in for Terry Rozier. Now here's Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
And getting better at reading the screen and roll. Maker just taking what he sees out there.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Graham, the pass to Washington. The Hornets keeping it alive. The new 14. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Rose scanning the floor. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Noomboy is checked in for Griffin. Bruce Brown comes in for Luke Kennard. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Washington. And the pass to Bridges. Feeds it to Zeller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Just 4 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Bacon's shot is off. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Here's Mikhailuk. Defended by Bridges. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Now this is what you like seeing. Maker not just laying it up, but powering it down.
On the wing, Batum. Baseline try. It's rebounded by Mikhailuk. Pistons leading by 3. And again, Detroit turns it over. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Well, how often do we hear it, Greg? I mean, you got to take care of the basketball. I mean, they got to be much more disciplined tonight.
From down low. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pistons lead by 3. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Bacon. Bridges out there with Cody Zeller. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the 1. And a wide open look for Zeller. And that one goes long.
Come on. You got to get up on him and play some defense. They won't get away with that next time.
Chris, this was a specialty of yours. Which current bigs are best at finishing contested shots right at the rim?
Oh, well, I'll tell you this. The best big in the league last year, averaging 17 points, scoring in the paint, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yes.
I mean, he'll dunk on anybody. Move out the way. He finishes. What about Embiid inside? What about Gobert? What about Boogie Cousins? Should I continue? I keep going because the big man is back, baby.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
They get it back. Boya. And there's the bucket from McRae. McRae's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pistons.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Pass to Rozier. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Brown. No points in the game hit for him. Here's Boya. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rozier, the pass to Zeller. Back to Rozier. Henson against Zeller. The kick out to Rozier. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rozier's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Galloway taking his time here. Passes it to Henson. Crafty move and slam dunk by Henson.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And Chris, one thing you have to like about Galloway is that he's always prepared to play.
Yeah, Galloway is the type of player that can see 5 minutes on the floor in one game and then start and play 25 minutes the next one. I mean, just think about that focus for consistency. The production can be hit or miss, but he's a great plug-and-play option for a coach in need of filling minutes.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Christian Woods checked in for Boya. Tony Snell comes in for Jordan McRae. Kennard, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
Rose kicks to Henson. Wants to get it to Rose, and does. Gets an open look and hits. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
Shoots it up. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pistons leading by 9. Snell, the pass to Rose. Back to Snell. Rose against Rozier. Here's Wood. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one. Rozier kicks to Zeller. Pass to Rozier. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Washington. The pass to Bacon. shot to stop the run. And it's Washington missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Rose finds Henson and slam dunk by Henson.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
To the middle, here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a dunk. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And that does it for our...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Derrick Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Griffin, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
Rozier for 3. Graham, the pass to Biyombo. Rose against Rozier. Pass to Washington. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Washington missing. Pistons leading by 12.
Oh, well, Kev, you know I always appreciate when a big man can create for others. Blake Griffin, he's one of the best in the game in that regard. Such a fantastic passer.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Graham. Passes it to Bridges. And here is Rozier. Goes up again. The offensive rebound. Graham. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Chris, you almost forget just how big Griffin is because of how smoothly he can facilitate for others.
Yeah, Kevin, and I hate when people say he's a good passer for a big man. I mean, what type of caveat is that? He's just a good passer. He has great vision, superb timing, and that's why he's always been near the top in assists for bigs.
Here's Rozier, following the score by Derrick Rose. Rozier kicks to Bridges. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Biyombo. Lets it go from the wing. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Biyombo's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Rose with the ball. He's got 8. Shoots the 3. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now Bridges. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Washington. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career. There aren't many players as big as Maker. He realizes this. Nice work inside.
Pass to Graham. And he uses the glass on the layup. Graham's got 11 points.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Rose. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
Launches a 3. Sinks the triple. Graham's got 7 points for the quarter.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Outside Rose. From past the arc. Good on the 3-point shot. He's got 13.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
But these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Now, here's Rozier. He's got 5. Inside. Gambo trying to break free. Washington lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Outside Rose. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the right side. For 3, Bridges. Offensive rebound. Pass to Graham. Now Bridges. Back to Rozier. Over Rose. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Bridges out there with Zeller. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. Rebounded by the Pistons. Woods got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rose against Batum. Pass to Wood. 3-pointer. Batum grabs the miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
To the paint. Here's Graham. Zeller trying to free himself up. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets. Outside Rose. Off on the layup. Hornets trail by 14. Puts up a 3. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Zeller. 3. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year you're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. And in basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
And stolen by Zeller. Charlotte moving the ball around. And it's Graham missing. Pistons leading by 15. Here's Kennard. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is. The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
Now here's Rose. Graham defending. Outside Rose. Goes up on the wing. Griffin passes to Wood. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Zeller. Here's Kennard. There's the triple. Another 3 for Detroit.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Yeah, D like that isn't going to get you back in the game. You have to stay connected to these shooters.
Rose passes to Kennard and stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Bacon. And the 3 ball is good.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Pistons.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Rose.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
Here's Kennard. And the pass to Rose. Score the basket is 8 for 13 from the floor.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
And it's Graham missing. Now the Pistons with it. They're on a 14-5 run. And Zeller kicks to Graham. Tries a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, if he gets his feet set and you give him time, Zeller can bury that in rhythm.
Bounce pass from Rose. From deep. Misses. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They won. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvement. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
How much does ankle tape cost? How much BC? But on a serious note, thank you to our amazing community for submitting your top plays all year long. We look forward to seeing your best plays in 2K21.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game. And the test. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at the Hornets, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, New York, 2 spots down.
Well, right now for the Knicks, they're already looking to the offseason, and that's a shame. Their fans deserve a little bit more from this team.
Yeah, the body language right now kind of telling the story. Losing takes a huge toll on you, especially during an 82-game grind.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. And for the Knicks, Randall out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Barrett at the shooting guard position. Washington, that's good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The playoffs around the corner, Brent. Some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Biyombo, the pass to Graham. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Julius Randle picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the night.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%. Now,
here's Barrett. Graham defending. Gibson down low. Working on Biyombo. No good from Gibson. Here's Graham. And he banks in the layup.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Payton kicks to Gibson. New York moving it around. Randle down low. That one doesn't drop. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Graham. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Gibson.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Ntilikina passes to Portis. He dishes it to Robinson. Good on the shot.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Here's Washington, defended by Portis. That's tipped. And here they come. Ntilikina passes to Knox. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Well, he's a pass-first point guard. Ntilikina with a nice play there.
Pass to Rozier. To the middle. Washington, that's good. Washington's got 7.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Bullock, good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Bacon the pass to Rozier. There's another turnover by the Hornets. And Ellington's checked in for New York. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Batum's checked in. The pass to Bullock. He feeds it to Robinson. Second chance shot. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points. Robinson's got his second basket of the game. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Rozier. Knicks with the rebound.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
A good close contest so far as we finish. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot.
She gets up in 3-4 in the morning.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
Knox out there with Portis. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Bullock in at the 1 spot. There the group New York will start the second one. Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Payton comes in for Reggie Bullock. Zeller against Randle. Over Zeller. Randle no good.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. When it comes to hustle, effort, Who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important? And sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance.
And I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right. Charlotte moving it around. Graham up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Here's Payton. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. And Batum kicks to Graham. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Graham's got 8 points. Knicks trail by 3. Here is Ellington. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Randall finds Portis. Zeller grabs the board.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Graham. On the wing, Batum. Ellington defending. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And it's Graham missing. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Bobby Portis. Eric comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Payton. Washington's checked in for Charlotte. Harkless dishes to Gibson. Shoots over Biyombo. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Gibson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Batum scanning the floor. Passes to Graham. His 3-pointers off the mark. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Randall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. Last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Here's Bacon. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pass to Ntilikina. Left side Gibson from 15 feet away. Graham with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Washington. 9 points in the game so far. Harkless comes with a double team. And it's Graham missing. And here's Barrett to the inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
With 1 on the clock. To beat the clock. Count it! He caught it!
That's...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They were on a nice little roll in that opening period. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Charlotte in the lead. On the court for the Hornets, we've got Bridges. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the 2 spot. Biyombo with the block. Rozier looking around. The shot misses. So New York will take it the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Not wasting any time in taking the shot and knocking it down. And the Hornets lead by 3. Payton passes to Gibson and stolen by Biyombo. From deep. And it's Graham missing.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns. Yes. I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
The free throw is off from Gibson.
Taj Gibson is tough, proven veteran who plays well on both ends of the court.
Here's Washington. And there's the pass to Graham. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Back to Bridges. Now Graham. He's got 10. And they'll turn it over. Did not get off the shot. 24-second violation. A different look for New York. Bobby Portis is checked in for Gibson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. Here's Payton. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. You look at Washington, a terrific rebound, 5th overall.
He's gotten the opportunity to make a contribution, and the numbers they followed. I mean, he's shown he can help them control the backcourt.
Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Off the inbound, and it's good on the layup. Washington's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And the dunk by Robinson.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Over to the left wing. Pass to Graham. The kick out to Rozier. Passes it to Bridges. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Portis, the pass to Ellington. He's looking for Portis and finds him. And that one is good.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
At the elbow, Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. here's Ellington. Guarded closely. Pass to Robinson. Buries it down low. Robinson's got 8 points.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Ellington, the pass to Portis. Back to Ellington. Some nice passing by New York here. There's the pass to Portis, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
A different look for New York. Kevin Knox comes in for Wayne Ellington, and it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Charlotte leading by 3. Down low, here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
There's the double team with Martin. Knox the pass to Bullock. 2 points, that one goes.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Outside Martin. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. The Knicks making a switch here. Barrett's checked in. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. And Zeller kicks to Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Back to Knox. Batum with the steal. Now here's Monk, the fast break chance. Here's Hernangomez. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 7-point Charlotte lead.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Barrett, no good. Brown. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Knox. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, that kind of activity from Kevin Knox is going to pose some problems for the defense.
Both good from the line that time. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's Charlotte. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Bullock in at the guard position. Zeller, it's good on the putback. Zeller's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Barrett, no good. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And for that matchup with the 76ers, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernangomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Washington comes in for Cody Zeller. Martin's checked in for Dwayne Bacon. And it's Malik Monk in for Rozier.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Here's Monk. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Taj Gibson picks one up.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard it. Kid just plays with an edge.
Harkless is checked in for New York. Elfrid Payton comes in for Reggie Bullock. Payton passes to Randall. The Hornets pull it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Batum kicks to Monk. Charlotte moving the ball around. Three-pointer, Martin kept alive. Hernan Gomez trying to break free.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? It's stolen by Monk. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Gibson with the steal. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. And the basket is good.
You can see Randall just seeing some open court in front of him, accelerating and making something happen in transition.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Daniels is checked in for Charlotte. Monk kicks to Hernan Gomez. Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. McDaniels got his first 2 points of the night. Inside. Here's Randall. The layup off target.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Martin from outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. Charlotte making a switch. Bacon's checked in. Knicks trail by 15. Over to the wing. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The shot, no good. And here's Charlotte. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Martin, the pass to McDaniels. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need, and need to be complete as people.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Randall. Dotson's checked in for Barrett. And Smith subbed in for Payton. Back to Monk. For three. Rebounded by Knox. Here's New York. Trailing by 19. And he lobs it up. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
In for the Hornets, Cody.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
12 seconds left in the fourth. Smith wide open. He fires. Offline with his three. That's a two from Martin. No good there. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Reagan.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. multifaceted and improved. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Thanks for watching this week, and make sure you check back here for more news on NBA 2K21.
And make sure to follow us on social for all the event updates.
The tallest building in Michigan. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at New York, it's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away. And, of course, Detroit, they're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And right now for the Pistons, they've been stuck in a rut the entire season. We talk about teams maximizing their potential. Well, the opposite's been the case with this group.
I think, Greg, for them, it's obviously been very disappointing. And I get the sense it's starting to weigh on them night in and night out.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Payton is out there with Barrett. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Randall in at the 4. And for the Pistons, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Griffin is out there with Wood. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. You can see it, Doris, with some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round 1.
Absolutely.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Now, here's Barrett. He's covered closely. Here's Payton. The putback. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. That's a 2 from Snell. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Snell's got his second basket of the night. For New York, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Barrett. Another shot, and he sinks the layup.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Snell, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Gibson, rebound, Detroit. On its way from Rose for 2, offensive rebound. Lets the three fly. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now the pass to Harkless. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Barrett the pass to Gibson. Now Randall. Passes it to Harkless. 4 on the shot clock. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Rose finds Snell. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Outside Rose to the inside. Here's Wood. Off with the layup. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Hawks.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
And have to admire how hard Barrett goes. This kind of assertiveness is what makes defenders feel uneasy.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Bobby Portis comes in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton.
This is as good as it gets for first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Barrett, no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Dumboya passes to Mikhailuk. A beautiful reverse layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Knicks trail by 8. Ntilikina kicks to Robinson. In the corner, Barrett with it. Shoots over Brown. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Portis can't get it to go.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Brown finds Rose. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Makes it off the glass.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
New York shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Knicks have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Frank Ntilikina comes into the NBA as the 8th pick of the 2017 NBA draft. You do have to remember, this guy had professional experience before coming here. He played in his native country of France.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Galloway. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Maker. And the dunk by Maker.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And so it's the Detroit. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Pistons here, guys.
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
On the court for the Knicks, you've got Knox. Reggie Bullock is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Robinson, and it's Portis in at the 4-man position. Galloway kicks to Henson. Pass to Dumboya. Here's Galloway, guarded by Robinson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Shoots. Hits the front of the rim and out. Knicks trail by 9. Here's Knox. Banked in off the glass.
What you love about Kevin Knox is that size and frame because it allows him to get easy opportunities on the inside.
Connects from three-point range.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Robinson. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, that's somebody who sees the whole floor and delivers it to the perfect wide-open shooter. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Portis, nails the baby hook.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
Well, you look at the length of Knox doors, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Julius Randle comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Payton in for Reggie Bullock. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging 12 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
Tony Snell's checked in for Detroit. Here's Galloway. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Puts it up from 15. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Woods got the lead up to 12 now for the Pistons. The pass to Payton. Robinson left side. The steal. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Three-pointers. Snell. Robinson pulls it in. Knicks trail by 12. Power down with both hands.
Well, at 6'9", you can see the ability of Kevin Knox to run the floor and finish in transition. That's perfect.
And Griffin slams it in.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
It's good. Snell's got 8. For New York, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Payton the bounce pass. Knox the pass to Randle. Goes up the baseline. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely...
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Oh, Griffin in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Now Ellington. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And the shot goes in.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Kennard. Ellington defending. A shake. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Akers checked in for Christian Wood. Bruce Brown comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway. Rose surveying the D. That one drops for him. And the Pistons lead by 17.
And that is one of Derrick Rose's signature moves. May not be as fast as he once was, but boy, that explosive first step remains.
A dominating first half of basketball. And so
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are way out in front, leading by 3.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Here's Payton, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Wood in at the 5 down low. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Wood's got 7 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Barrett gets it to go.
An effective mid-range scorer. Barrett excels at finding openings in the defense and capitalizing.
Rose against Payton. Rose with the ball. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And he banks in the layup. 6 points for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Randall. Shoots a fader. Pass to Harkless. Back to Randall. Now Detroit moving it up. Rose with the ball.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Pass to Barrett. Payton outside. From downtown. They get it back. Randall lays it up off the glass.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Rose with the ball. Now defended by Randall. In the corner, it's Griffin. And here's Rose. He's got 8. 6 on the shot clock. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Kevin, the vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Payton against Griffin. Payton kicks to Harkless. Payton passes to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
To the middle. Here's Wood, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Trying to get open is Gibson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Doris, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. Back to Henson. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Finishes the break with a slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Ntilikina, and again, it's New York.
Well, nice touch there. For Frank Ntilikina, he's got to be able to knock down shots in the mid-range.
29 seconds left in the third. Now, here's Brown. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Henson. Here's Maker. And another three for Detroit.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Barrett. And the layup falls. Barrett's got 12 points in the game.
And this is Barrett at his best. Looking for a shot, being active on offense. Love it.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding a 22-point lead. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got. Robinson is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer off the mark. Detroit's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And pushing it up. Here's New York.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
McRae kicks to Henson. Here's McRae. All right, this is going to come out of the blue here, but if you had to choose between raising the height of the basket or widening the floor or even widening the lane, which would it be?
I have very strong feelings on this, Kevin, and for me it would be widening the floor. And the reason I say that is it feels to me in the last couple of years there are more sideline violations where teams are turning it over because they're trying to get to that corner three, one of the most advantageous, best shots in today's game. But because that three-point line is so close to the sideline out of bounds, we're seeing too many violations. So if I had to choose between one or the other, I would absolutely widen the floor.
Christian Woods checked in for John Henson. Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Detroit making a switch here. Snell's checked in. Now Rose. To the paint. 6 to shoot. Griffin passes to Wood, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
An unreal performance by Griffin. Locked in. They just have not come up with a scheme to contain it.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Harkless with the steal. Down low. It's intercepted. Here's Kennard to the inside. It's stolen by Randall. Payton surveying the floor. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Teardrop shot. Kennard's shot is off. The Knicks have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And the dunk by Robinson.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Luke is checked in, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Luke Kennard. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Damian Dotson comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Dennis Smith in for Elfrid Payton. Doris, in basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Gibson. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
Assist from
Payton's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, this is a real strength of Taj Gibson's game. Efficient, low-post scoring. That's nicely done.
Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Here's Dotson. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. 5 on the clock. Luke passes to Henson. Again, the Pistons score.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for...
RPM tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
NBA 2K TV. We're inside the bubble with Washington Mystics and 2K fan Ariel Powers. Plus, we're talking 2K21 with Mike Wang and Agent Zero.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And he's been on the upswing offensively these past few months. And you know how much they love getting all those extra points out of him. He's been carrying a much bigger load lately, and I think he'll just continue to get better.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Rose. And it's Wood in at center. And for Charlotte, Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. Smitty, we have great athletes on the floor in this one. Shouldn't be any shortage of some highlight reel type plays.
Yeah, this game, nobody will make my set under the rim. Smitty's under the rim. Everything will be above the rim tonight. I'm excited.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Kennard. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wood. And the shot is long. To the middle. And that one is hammered home.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Rose looking around. Takes the three. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Sometimes Derrick Rose is usually hit or miss. But when he's on, look out.
Here's Graham. Off target with his three.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Pistons shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he knocks down the first one. He hits both from the stripe. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Biyombo with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Inside, Wood. A rebound by Washington.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Graham with the bucket. Graham's got his second bucket tonight.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. And so here's Charlotte following the bucket by the Pistons. Biyombo in the post. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Kennard. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Count that bucket. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Rose. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Rose has got 5 now.
You know, Blake Griffin, he gives you a little bit of everything offensively. Terrific court awareness.
Rozier with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Bridges, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways. Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
To the paint, here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Now here's Rose. 7 points in the game. Here's Wood. From outside, off the mark.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
The Pistons working the ball around now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington. And it's Batum in for Rozier.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Zeller dishes to Graham. Griffin with the steal. Down low. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. We've got Bridges. He's out there with Cody Zeller. Aiken is out there with Batum. And it's Graham in at the 1.
Trying to become a more consistent offensive threat. That's the range you like to see Thon Maker own.
Graham gets a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Maker. Here's Mikhailuk. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Their last encounter was in Detroit where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
4 on the clock, and the dunk by Zeller.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
And Maker with the basket on the assist by Brown. Maker's got his second bucket of the game to go. Batum passes to Zeller. Ring shot on the way. The shot that time not on target. And the Pistons now going the other way, coming off that loss against Philadelphia. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Passes it to Brown. The feed to Maker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's now 6 points for Thon Maker.
Absorbing contact and finishing through it, Maker's been adding strength to his frame.
Graham dishes to Bridges. Well, the spotlight usually is on the head coach. But Smitty, what makes for a great assistant coach on the staff in your eye?
Well, I think when he has a great relationship with the coaches and also he has a great relationship with the players. I also love the assistant coaches that are very detailed, and also some of those guys, they have great insight on what a coach can see. It's still a team, and there's some great assistants out there.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
2 minutes remaining.
Zeller passes to Bacon. Here's Graham. The three-pointer is right on target. Graham's got 9.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Here's Galloway, defended by Bridges, shakes him, and Doumbouya lays it up and in. And the Pistons lead by 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Batum. Zeller. It's good on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Doumbouya. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got 3 assists tonight.
Langston Galloway with a nice assist. Hopefully we can see more of this.
And Makers sends it back. One-on-one here. Here's Mikhailuk. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
To the middle, stolen by Doumbouya. Goes up, rips down the breakaway slam.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, right to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
And the Hornets with possession here, following the bucket by the Pistons.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. Here's Bacon, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Galloway. They lead by 4. Floats one up. Right back after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, Kent, it was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of one, they were able to end. And that'll do it for our halftime reports.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Hornets shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. And Detroit looking at who they've got. On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point guard.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Griffin's shot is off.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game. I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Kennard kicks to Wood. Oh, Griffin in position. He can't get it to go. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Rozier, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Rozier's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Good on the bucket.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
And here is Rozier. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game. Rose, and it's good, 2 points. Rose has got 9.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Graham, the pass to Biyombo. It's hauled in by Wood. And, well, Detroit, shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. The pass to Rose. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Wayne Bacon's checked in for Bridges. And then for Detroit, John Henson's checked in for Wood. And McRae's subbed in for Tony Snell. Now here's Henson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. 2 on the clock. Here's Kennard. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Rozier the pass to Washington. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. To the inside. Here's Biyombo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rozier against Rose. Pass to McCray. Henson dishes to Rose. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Over Washington. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Smitty, NBA referees, officials now have a presence on social media, aiming at educating fans on calls and why they're made.
Yes, and I love it, Kevin, if you have these demos and talk about plays and games and situations that you're educating fans. It's just that fans look at it when these referees, who are human, miss calls, and then they want to re-show these plays that they missed. We still got to understand they're human, and they're going to miss some calls.
Well said, Steve.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. Inside and stolen by Zeller. Pass to Rozier from deep three-point range. They grab their own miss. Here's Washington. Shoots over Griffin, but he gets it back. Passes it to Rozier. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Griffin. Averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now, here's Rozier. And the pass to Zeller. Puts it up. Charlotte again missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And this, now a list of guys who can shoot it as well as they can pass it. The point guards with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA. Derrick Rose, third.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
You're right. I don't care what position it is. With percentages like that, get them more shots.
Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Zeller. Rose with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. Henson the pass to Rose. There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. To the paint, and stolen by Zeller. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pistons, Christian Woods checked in for Griffin. And Tony Snell subbed in for Luke Kennard. Monk kicks to Zeller. Wide open. Good as the jump shot falls. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Now Hernan Gomez. Here's Martin, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And as we here now, a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Graham, following the score by Derrick Rose. Graham surveying the floor. Back to Batum. From the baseline. And there's Bridges on the assist from Batum. 6 points for Miles Bridges.
Still just scratching the surface, polishing his game. Bridges' best basketball is ahead of him. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
To the wing on the left. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rozier, he's checked in for Charlotte. And it's tied up with that one.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Now here's Rose. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. To take the lead. In deep, Zeller drops it in. Zeller's got the lead up to 2 now for Charlotte.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Snell, nice move. Benson trying to break free. He lays it in. Snell's got the game tied up here for the Pistons. Pass to Bridges. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now here's Rose. Out to the wing. Here's McCray. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zeller's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Down low. And Henson sends it back. Now Detroit moving it up. An easy 2 points on the layup. Snell's got 4 this quarter.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Hornets making a change here. Washington's checked in. Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. Luke Kennard comes in for Jordan McCray. Now, here's Rozier. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Bridges. And the Hornets miss again. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Here's Wood. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
This is what separates Blake from most power forwards. Terrific playmaking ability.
Here's Graham. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Wood, back to Rose. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
The leadership role of Derrick Rose, taking the responsibility of a big possession right there. Put everything on his shoulders.
Here's Graham. Biyombo, great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Rose passes to Kennard. Pass to Wood. Got a piece of it. Here's Kennard. Graham defending. It's good. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair. Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now here's Rose. It counts.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Here's Bridges. Fires for three. The shot will not fall. Detroit with the ball. 17 seconds left in the game. Snell finds Rose. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Passes to Snell. Back to Kennard. Wide open look. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean,